In a world of sticks and stones, swords and shields, and arrows and axes, what better way to join the battlefield than with... Oh, well, I guess that works. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to some more totally accurate battle simulator. Today, we have some more custom units to bring and lay waste to any opposing wobblers. Although not as advanced as our previous neon units, I'm sure we can all appreciate a little gun from time to time. Not much else to it really, just some good old-fashioned bullets and explosions. So, without further ado, let's get down to business. Oh, and also consider subscribing because we're getting really close to 100 subscribers.
Oh, shut up.
Starting off, similarly to my other tabs videos, I'll separate this collage of units into organized individual groups, not only to make the viewing experience a little better for you guys, but also to give the units a little bit more personality. So first up is the military. These are your lean green soldiers of fortune. And what better way than to just introduce a simple guy with gun in the infantry. Now, I don't care that the size of an average wobbler's brain is smaller than that of a pea, of which they may or may not have. A gun is still a gun, and bullets will hurt. Get a couple of these shooty boys and they'll make quick work of basically anything. As long as they don't have a shield. Yeah, so in tabs, having a wooden or metal shield is apparently strong enough to stop 7.62s, so yeah, wobbly logic. Don't question it, but you can't hate it. But business bird, I hear you retort. This is lame. I want more bullets. Well, you're in luck, my fellow hatchlings. What the fuck is that? Because up next is the Bastion, a bigger boy with heavy armor and wielding a massive machine gun. You want a bullet hose? Well, here it is. And if your battles don't last that long, which against a constant hail of bullets, I won't be surprised, you may be forgiven to think that this thing has literally unlimited ammo, but in fact, it does run out. Eventually, with a whopping 200 rounds and partially thanks to its relatively low fire rate, makes it a great tool to just hold the line, like in the good old days. Oh, and any units using the M2 Browning automatically lays down. I had no part in making them that zesty like that, okay? I'm not gay. Yet. Alright, maybe bullets ain't quite your cup of tea. Well, in that case, how about some explosions, eh? You'll find plenty of that in the Rocketeer. This herald in a helmet shoots surprisingly accurate rockets that, well, does that. Though he does have a rather long refractory period, so to compensate for the clear lack of explosive power, I gave him a personal squad of off-screen artillery, which should come in right about... Nah. Is it too much? Maybe, but wait, we have more explosive firepower in the Obliterator. Do you find the precise and accurate nature of the Rocketeer too not dumb? Well, the Obliterator is here to fix that. If dual-wielding grenade launchers doesn't sound stupid enough, he also kind of just spins around casually, you know, making his bombs indiscriminate. Placing one anywhere near your army is basically asking for a friendly bombshell to the face. On the other hand, he does keep an area around him perfectly not safe for life. So if you like explosions but don't like knowing where they're gonna be, this is your guy. Moving on to what I like to call the Special Forces, arguably a more modern take on the whole guns part, like the Sniper. It's a classical troop, designed to take down high priority targets from afar. Now, giving a Gumby a Barrett 50 cal has some surprising benefits, namely on how well they can handle the recoil. I mean, just look at him go! He's on the verge of doing a backflip every time he takes a shot. In a more practical sense, it also allows itself to move back and away from melee units, which is a welcome addition. It's not like they are smart enough to move away from danger on their own anyways. Next up is the Breacher, armed with his trusty AA-12 auto shotty, a heavy-duty ballistic shield, and a stylish mustache. This unit makes a pretty good wall for protecting other more frail wobblers, and anyone getting too close to this wall in particular can enjoy a face full of lead. In comparison to the other gun-wielding wobblies, he does lack a little bit in range, but does make up for it in being able to take a lot more punishment and dish some back. Okay, so we've all heard the name Juggernaut before, yeah? And being original nowadays is overrated anyways, so here's my take on the thing. A heavily armored troop with a minigun. Now, I could have just made him stand still and shoot, but that's boring and doesn't quite do the Juggernaut name any justice, I thought. So I made him quite literally charge into the front lines so he can quickly get into action and start firing immediately. After unloading a storm of bullets though, he does have to reload, and it's not the fastest thing in the world, so to not make him a sitting duck in this case, I gave him a kick for anyone attempting to try anything funny. Last for the special forces is something a bit unusual per se, in the gasser. Now, are bullets and explosions too direct for you? How about slowly killing your foes from the inside with toxic gas instead? Yeah, that sounds much better. Any Gumbies walking through this thick smoke of lean will suffer some severe side effects, including but not limited to a slight headache, stomach pain, joint dislocation, 3 to 5 broken ribs, STDs, stage 10 cancer, and so on. But hey, at least it's grape flavored, so it's not all bad, right? For this last bit here, I've compiled some units that are a little quirky, let's say. They still use guns to some extent, but they're just kind of odd. You'll see what I mean. The Kalashnikov here is arguably the most normal one out of the bunch. Now, you see, a gun is pretty good, but you know what's better than a gun? 2 guns. Plus, who doesn't love a half-drunk Russian gunning down things with dual AKs? I sure as hell do. The sheer amount of bullets can easily tear apart certain units, and it does remind me a lot of the OG M16 unit from the olden Tabs days, only less OP and more Russian. Meet Arrowhead, and I'll give you 3 hints in the comments as to why he's called that. You can argue that a compound crossbow is technically not a gun, but it's close enough for me, okay? And this guy shoots a piercing green arrow. The special shot is actually Artemis's ability, which probably explains why he never manages to hit anything with the actual arrow itself. The arrow shish kebabbing his brain could be a factor in that too, I guess. Doesn't matter too much though, since the arrow and the wind surrounding it has a lot of knockback. So while he can't exactly shoot to kill, he does kind of shoot to delay instead, making him a pretty decent stalling tool. Here we have the Cannoneer, and oh wait, there he is. You see, in Tab's unit creator, there is a gun quite literally called the hand cannon. A clever play on the word and meant to be used as a handgun of sorts. But that really just gives me an excuse to make a teeny tiny Cannoneer to fit the size of his miniature siege machine. Damn, this kinda reminds me of something I've seen before. The itsy bitsy cannonballs themselves do pack a decent punch, not as much as the bigger balls, though are still able to knock a wobbler out cold if needed. Not to mention, he fires them pretty damn fast, so that helps. Lastly, we've got the grape shot. Now, for anyone not familiar with the term, grape shot usually refers to a cannon charge consisting of small round balls, usually of lead or iron, and used primarily for anti-personnel purposes, like a spread buckshot, if you will. In the case of our boy here, that does apply too, but also, yeah, you see, for some reason, Tabs has bouncy balls as a projectile, and it's not used in any weapon/unit, at least I don't think, but it's here, and they kinda look like grapes, so that's how we got him. The purple balls do seem to deal some damage. Not a lot, but it's serviceable. If anything else, he's pretty funky looking too, so there's that, I guess. Hey guys, welcome to the end, and whoa, shitty upload schedule much? Sorry about that. Inconsistency has been plaguing me recently, but not to worry though, as I've come with good news too. For those of you who actually care about what videos I'll do next, from now on, every third video is guaranteed to be a tabs video. You guys seem to really like it, so as a heartfelt thank you for your viewership, here it is. Don't worry, I do like making tabs videos myself, so yeah, in case you worry about that, don't. Well, the two videos in between will mostly be random stuff, mostly being other indie games now that I think about it, but I may try something else in the future. Also, if you thought that I sounded a little differently than usual, then yeah, it's a new mic. Yep, after 10 videos, Business Bird Studios finally had a production upgrade of 20 bucks. I think it's mostly better, and it does also allow me to record without curling up into the XQC build, as before I did it, I did use the default mic I had on my laptop, which is kind of all the way down there, and yeah, you can imagine how ridiculous I look while I try to record things. But I'm not sure, you guys can tell me about it in the comments down below. And oh hey, if you guys enjoy what you see here, you know, a like and sub would be appreciated. 100 subs and I'll do something about it. Anyways, thanks so much for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day.